How dare you say that to me, you cheating tramp?
Marry me, Tola. That will be your sweetest revenge.
Of all men, you chose to marry my uncle?
Hey guys, welcome back to Munlet Stories, where we bring you juicy and amazing tales straight from the heart. Now grab a glass of wine, sit back, and let's give you some juicy gist. Don't forget to leave a comment, hit like, subscribe, and join the circle. Because here at Munlet Stories, every story begins with you. Tolani met Joon in a small language class in Seoul. She was the only Nigerian in the room, sitting in the last seat, trying to follow the Korean teacher. Joon sat beside her and passed a small note. "Your accent is nice," he had written in shaky English. Tolani had laughed. From that day, they walked out of class together, shared snacks, shared apps, and helped each other with homework. 1 year later, it was no longer class talk. It was late-night calls, shared secrets, and quiet, "I miss you" after work. By their 3rd year together, Tolani had stopped calling him boyfriend in her heart. She called him future. They had a routine. Every Friday evening, they met after work at a simple chicken place near his office. He would remove his tie, loosen his top button, and smile only for her. That evening, Tolani arrived first. She checked her phone again. "Jagia, I might be a bit late. Meeting is long. Wait for me," he had texted. She smiled at the message and replied, "Okay. I'm here." While she waited, she opened her notes app. Her to-do list for the week was full of Joon's name. Help Joon practice English presentation. Remind Joon about hospital checkup for his grandmother. Check rent. Ask Joon if he wants to move to a bigger place later. Her own things were short. Send money home. Update CV. She did not mind. She told herself love was like that. Give more, receive later. Joon finally walked in about 40 minutes late. He did not rush. He did not apologize. He only dropped into the chair and took her drink. "You look tired," Tolani said softly. "Work," he replied. "The team is stressing me." She listened as he talked about office drama, targets, and family pressure. When he finished, she reached across the table and touched his hand. "One day, all this stress will make sense," she said. "You will be a director or even CEO. I will be beside you. We will not worry like this again." He looked at her quietly. "You really think so?" "I know so," she replied. "We will marry. We will build together. Your people will accept me. My people will respect you. It will not be easy, but we will get there." Joon leaned back and watched her face. "You trust me too much," he said with a small smile. "I trust us," she answered. He did not say, "I trust us too." Instead, he picked up his phone. "We need to be realistic," he said. "Marriage is not only love. Papers, family, money, all these things matter." Tolani nodded. "I know. That is why I am working hard. I will not be a burden to you." Joon's eyes softened for a moment. He squeezed her hand. "Let's just take things step by step." For Tolani, step by step still led to one picture in her mind. A small wedding, simple rings, maybe a quiet dinner after. Her in a neat dress, Joon in a suit, signing papers together. That night, when she went back to her room, she wrote one sentence at the top of her notebook, above all her plans. "Tolani Kong Joon, 2026 or 2027? She circled it and drew a small heart beside his name. In her mind, the date was the only thing still open. The man was already sure. The first crack came like a small thing. One weekend, Tolani called Joon in the morning. It went straight to voicemail. She sent a message. No reply. She told herself he was busy. Meetings. Family. Work. By evening, she still had no answer. She went to Nina's small room and lay on the bed. "Relax," Nina said. "Maybe his phone died." Tolani smiled weakly. "He always calls back." "He will call," Nina replied. "Stop thinking too much." Close to midnight, Joon finally sent a short message. "Sorry. Tired. Slept. Talk tomorrow." Tolani stared at the words. No good night, no voice note. Just that. She pressed call. He did not pick. Her chest felt tight, but she put the phone down. "This man is just tired," she whispered to herself. "He needs rest." The next week, it happened again. And again. Short messages. Missed calls. No video calls. Excuses about work dinners. Format changed. His good morning Jagia became busy. Talk later. One evening, after 3 days of almost silence, Tolani took a deep breath and decided to go to his place. She had never gone without telling him first, but she believed they were close enough for surprise. She bought his favorite snack on the way, something simple she knew he liked. Her hands shook a little as she walked. Her heart kept saying, he is fine. Maybe he is sick. Maybe he needs you. At the entrance of his building, she almost turned back, but she forced herself to continue. When she reached his door, she heard voices inside. A female laugh. Joon's voice. Her fingers froze in the air. She waited. Maybe it was the TV. Maybe it was his cousin. Maybe it was anything else. Then she heard it. Appa, you didn't tell me you had a girlfriend before. A woman said in clear English, playful and light. Joon laughed softly. She was just someone I used for a while. Don't worry about her. Tolani felt the words like a slap. Her hand dropped from the door. She stood there, body stiff, heart loud in her ears. For a moment, she thought she would faint. Used? She whispered to herself. The woman continued. But she still calls you, right? It will fade, Joon replied. She is not on my level. She doesn't fit my family. I only stayed because she was helpful. Tolani covered her mouth with her palm. The snack pack fell from her hand to the floor. She did not even bend to pick it. Helpful. Used. Not on my level. She turned away from the door and walked back down the hall, each step heavy. She did not cry there. She did not want anyone to see her tears. Outside the building, she finally let out a small, broken sound. Nina called at that moment. Babe, are you okay? Tolani's voice was flat. I heard him. What do you mean? Nina asked. I heard him, she repeated. He told another girl I was just someone he used. Silence filled the line. Then Nina spoke softly. Come to my place. Now. Don't go back upstairs. I'm already leaving, Tolani said. That night, on Nina's bed, she told the story in short, dry sentences. No drama. No shouting. Just the truth. Nina held her hand. You can't stay with a man like that. Tolani stared at the ceiling. Her voice was small. I thought I was his future, she said. But to him, I was a tool. Something inside her broke in a clean, quiet way. The promise she wrote beside his name in her notebook did not make sense anymore. Tolani did not go to Joon's place again. For 3 days, she ignored his messages. She muted his chat. She turned her phone face down when his name flashed. Nina watched her. You have to decide, Nina said. Block him or face him. I will face him, Tolani replied. He will explain. I want to hear him lie with his own mouth. On the 4th day, Joon called her from a different number. She picked by mistake. Tolani, he said quickly. We need to talk. There is nothing to talk about, she replied. Please, he begged. Give me one chance. Just one. Meet me. Against her own mind, she agreed. They chose a small cafe near a subway station. She sat first, hands tight under the table. When he arrived, he looked stressed, hair rough, dark circles under his eyes. I know you heard something, he started. I heard you, Tolani said. You called me a tool. Someone you used. He looked away. I was just talking. You know how guys talk. I didn't mean it. She laughed once, a sharp sound. So you lie to me in private and lie about me in public. Which one should I believe? I'm in trouble, he said suddenly. Real trouble. If you leave me now, everything will crash. Tolani frowned. What trouble? He hesitated, then dropped it like a stone. I borrowed money in your name. For a moment, Tolani did not understand. In my name, she repeated. I used your details, he said, voice low. Your ID copy. That time I helped you open that small account, remember? I used it. The loan people know you as the borrower. Tolani stared at him, her throat dry. How much? He wrote a figure on a tissue and pushed it to her. Her hand shook as she read it. Are you mad? She whispered. How could you do this without telling me? I thought I could pay back before you noticed, he said. Things went bad. Now they are calling. They said if you don't pay, it will affect your record here. Your stay. Your work. Tolani pressed her fingers to her forehead. So even after using me, you still put me in debt? I am trying to fix it, he said quickly. There is a way. She looked up. What way? There is someone who can clear it in one night, he replied. The words sounded wrong in her ear. What do you mean one night? There is a client, Joon said. His voice was tight. He is rich. He likes quiet, clean deals. He asked for company. One night. No noise. After that, he will clear the debt in your name. You will be free. I will be free. Tolani's stomach turned. You want me to sleep with a stranger to fix a debt you put on my head? She asked slowly. You don't understand, he said. This is Seoul. One mistake with money can follow you forever. Immigration banks jobs. He is giving you a way out. You don't have to see him again. Tears burnt behind her eyes. Joon, I loved you, she said. I planned a future with you. And you are the one pushing me into this. He leaned forward. You said you would stand by me. You said we were a team. This is our problem now. Please, Tolani. Just this once. After that, we can reset everything. She looked at his face and saw no shame. Only fear for himself. If I say no, she asked. He shrugged. Then deal with the loan alone. Your name is on the paper, not mine. They will come for you first. Tolani sat very still. She thought of her mother in Nigeria, waiting for small transfers. She thought of her visa, her small job, her record in a foreign country. One wrong move, and everything she suffered for would vanish. Her voice came out small. What do I have to do? Relief washed over his face. He will book a room. You just go there, spend the night, and leave. No pictures. No drama. I will send you the time and place. Tolani wiped her eyes. After that, she said, we are finished. He opened his mouth, then closed it. He nodded. She stood up and walked away, feeling like each step carried a piece of her. By the time she reached the street, she knew one thing for sure. The man she loved had sold her, and he did not even say sorry. The message came that same evening. Room 1109. 9 p.m. Come alone. Joon sent it like a normal text. No, are you okay? No, I'm sorry. Just details. Tolani sat on Nina's bed and stared at the screen. Don't go, Nina said for the 10th time. This thing is wrong. I know, Tolani replied. Her voice was dull. But if I don't go, that debt is still in my name. My record here will be dirty. You know how this country is with money issues. We will find another way, Nina pushed. We can call someone, talk to a lawyer, ask for time. With what money? Tolani asked softly. I don't even have rent saved. My family is waiting for me to send something home. Nina had no answer. Tolani stood up slowly. After this night, I will never owe Joon anything again. Not money. Not love. Nothing. Nina grabbed her hand. At least let me follow you and wait outside. Tolani shook her head. You can't be involved. If you see me coming out, it will stay in your mind forever. I don't want that for you. She changed into simple clothes. No makeup. No perfume. She did not want to look like she was dressing up. She felt like a person walking into a room to sign a painful contract. As she stepped out, Nina hugged her tight. If you feel unsafe at any moment, leave, Nina whispered. Call me. I don't care about the debt. I care about you. Tolani nodded and walked away. By the time she reached the building, her legs felt weak. She looked at the room number again. 1109. Her thumb hovered over her phone. I can still run, a small voice said inside her. Then she thought of her mother's last message. My daughter, how are you? I am proud of you. Don't forget why you went there. God will help you. Tolani swallowed hard and entered. At the door of 1109, she paused. Her hand shook as she knocked. A man opened the door. He was not old. Maybe 30. Clean, calm face. Simple clothes. No loud chain, no rough look. Just quiet eyes that watched her carefully. You are Tolani, he asked. She nodded. Come in, he said, stepping aside. She walked in and stood there, hands tight on her bag. He closed the door gently and stayed a few steps away. My name is Min-jun, he said. Did Joon explain anything to you? Tolani's chest tightened at the sound of Joon's name. He said you would clear the debt in my name, she replied. And that you wanted one night. Min-jun watched her face. I don't force women, he said. If you want to leave now, go. I will not drag you. But if you stay, I will keep my word. The loan will disappear. Your record will be clean. His voice was low and even. No smile. No fake charm. Tolani felt tears press behind her eyes. Why me? She asked. Why not any other girl? He sent your picture, Min-jun said simply. I said yes. That's all. She looked down at her hands. Her voice came out small. I don't want to talk, she said. I just want this to end. He was quiet for a moment. Okay, he replied. He walked to a small table, picked up a plain envelope, and placed it where she could see it. This is the loan document, he said. From tomorrow, it will not have your name. I already spoke to them. They will transfer it to my company account. You can confirm later. Tolani stared at the papers, then at him. You already did it? She asked. Yes, he answered. I don't like unfinished things. A tear slipped down her cheek. She did not know if it was relief, shame, or both. Then I have no excuse to run, she whispered. Min-jun looked at her for a long second, as if memorizing her face. Last chance, he said quietly. Do you want to stay or do you want to go? Tolani closed her eyes. She saw her mother. She saw the number on the tissue. She saw Joon's cold face when he said, "Deal with it alone." When she opened her eyes, they were wet but steady. "I will stay," she said. He nodded once. What happened after that was not sweet. It was not romantic. It was two strangers fulfilling a deal both would remember for different reasons. In the morning, when Tolani woke up, the other side of the bed was empty. He was gone. On the table, beside the envelope, there was only one small paper in neat writing. The debt is no longer yours. Live clean from now on. No name. No number. Tolani folded the paper with shaking fingers, put it in her bag, and walked out. She left that room with her body aching and her heart heavier than before. But somewhere under the pain, one door had quietly closed. She would never belong to Joon again. 3 months passed. Tolani did not see Joon. She blocked his number. She threw away the small things he bought for her. Only one thing stayed with her, the folded note from the stranger. The debt is no longer yours. Live clean from now on. She checked the loan office. It was true. Her name was gone from the record. The man had kept his word. Sometimes, in the middle of the night, she would remember his quiet eyes and simple voice. She did not know his full name. She did not want to know. That night was like a scar. It healed on top but still hurt when she touched it in her mind. Life became about survival again. Her part-time job cut her hours. Money was tight. Her mother's messages were still full of hope. "My daughter, I know you are trying. Don't give up." One evening, Tolani sat with Nina, counting coins on the bed. "This is not enough for next month," Tolani said. "I need a better job." Nina sighed. "There is a big company looking for staff," she said. "Customer support, admin, small roles. My church member told me. Korean company, but they take foreigners too." Tolani looked up. "Do you think I have a chance?" "You speak decent Korean," Nina said. "You work hard." "Why not?" The next week, Tolani dressed as neat as she could and went for the interview. Her hands shook as she filled the form. When the HR lady called her in, she took a deep breath and answered every question with simple, honest words. At the end, the woman nodded. "We will call you," she said. 2 days later, Tolani's phone rang. "Hello, is this Miss Tolani?" "Yes, this is Tolani. This is from Kong Group. You got the job. Can you start next Monday?" Tolani almost dropped the phone. Yes, I can. Thank you so much." When she ended the call, she screamed and hugged Nina. "Bestie, I got it." Nina squeezed her. "God has started. Just work hard and forget that idiot Joon." Tolani smiled, but the name still stabbed a little. On her first day at Kong Group, she arrived early. Her role was simple: assist with basic admin work on one floor. She followed a supervisor who showed her where to sit, who to report to, and what to do. "Sometimes the director passes by this floor," the supervisor said. "If you see Director Kong Min-jun, greet well. He is young but very strict." Tolani nodded, the name sitting strangely in her chest. Kong. She had heard that name many times from Joon. His family name. His proud line. But she pushed the thought aside. Many people could be Kong. Around noon, as she arranged files at the front desk, she heard footsteps behind her and staff greeting in low voices. "Director Nim." She turned slightly. A tall man walked past, followed by 2 managers. His tie was neat, his face calm, his eyes sharp but quiet. For a brief second, his gaze brushed over her. Tolani froze. Something in her body reacted before her mind. A small shock went through her chest. Her fingers squeezed the file too hard. "I know that face," a tiny voice said inside her. "I know that jaw. That mouth. That way of walking." He did not stop. He moved straight to the meeting room. Tolani's heart beat fast. Her mind returned to that night. The room. His steady voice. "My name is Min-jun." Her throat went dry. Nina called during her short break. "How was first day?" Nina asked. Tolani swallowed. "Nina, this company, the director. What about him?" "I think I know him," Tolani said slowly. "From that night." Silence. "You mean?" "Yes," Tolani whispered. "I think my new boss is the stranger who paid my debt." She looked down at her ID card with the Kong Group logo and tried to steady her breathing. New job. Old wound. Same man. Tolani did not sleep well after her first day. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw two faces on one body. The quiet man from room 1109 and the calm director who walked past her desk. By morning, she told herself it was stress. Maybe he just looks like him, she said to Nina on the phone. Many Korean men look alike. Nina snorted. So it is now many men look alike? My friend, face your work. Collect your salary. Don't look for extra pain. Tolani laughed weakly and ended the call. At Kong Group, she tried to focus on her tasks. Print this. Arrange that. Answer simple phone calls. She kept her eyes on her computer and away from the glass doors that led to the upper offices. Around midday, the supervisor clapped once. Everyone listen, she said. We have a small meeting later. Director Kong Min-jun will join us. Also team lead Kong Joon from strategy will pass to pick some files. Be polite. Both are family to the chairman. Tolani's pen stopped moving. Kong. Joon, she asked quietly. Yes, the supervisor replied. You will know him. Tall, talkative, a bit proud. He is the director's nephew. The room spun for a second. Joon. The man who called her a tool. The same Joon whose uncle had paid her debt. Tolani gripped the edge of her desk. So Joon works here too? She asked, still calm on the surface. Of course, the woman said. This is his family company. Why, do you know him? Tolani forced a small smile. I knew someone with that name before. Maybe it's not the same person. Her heart told her it was exactly the same person. At the short meeting, staff formed a loose circle. Tolani stayed at the back. Director Min-jun stood in front, speaking in simple, clear Korean about targets and discipline. His eyes moved across the group, steady and controlled. At the end, the door opened and Joon walked in. He looked almost the same. Neat shirt, confident walk, that small proud tilt of his chin. He greeted his uncle with an easy hyung, then turned to collect a file. His eyes brushed the room and landed on Tolani. For a second, his smile died. Their eyes met. Shock flashed over his face, then anger, then something close to fear. He recovered quickly and looked away, but Tolani had seen it. Director Min-jun noticed the change. Do you know her? He asked Joon lightly in Korean. Joon forced a chuckle. I know many people, hyung. Maybe from outside. Tolani kept her face blank and looked down. After the meeting, as people stepped out, Joon cornered her near the back corridor. What are you doing here? He hissed in English. I work here, Tolani replied. I got the job like everyone else. You can't stay, he said. You need to resign. Why? She asked. Because you work here too? His jaw tightened. This is my family's place. If my uncle finds out anything about our past, it will be a problem. Tolani stared at him. Our past, she repeated. You mean when you used my name for a loan? Or when you sold me for one night to clear it? He flinched. Keep your voice down, he snapped. You think talking like that will help you? I'm not shouting, she said quietly. I'm just telling the truth. Joon stepped closer. Listen, whatever happened before, let it die. You are here now because they made a mistake. You don't belong in this building. Resign before my uncle notices you. I need this job, Tolani replied. I won't throw it away because you are afraid. He laughed once, bitter. You think my uncle will choose you over me? Tolani's chest hurt, but she held his gaze. I don't expect him to choose me, she said. I just expect you to stop controlling my life. He opened his mouth to answer, then looked over her shoulder. His face changed. Tolani turned slightly. Director Min-jun was at the end of the corridor, watching them. His expression was calm, but his eyes were sharp, taking in the tension between them. For a moment, all three stood in a silent line. The uncle who had paid a debt, the nephew who caused it, and the woman caught between them. Is there a problem? Min-jun asked, voice flat. Joon quickly forced a smile. No, hyung. Just talking to an old friend. Tolani lowered her eyes, heart pounding. In that instant, she knew two things. Joon was terrified of his uncle, knowing the full story. And director Kong Min-jun had just seen enough to start asking questions. Is there a problem? Director Min-jun's voice was calm, but Tolani felt it in her bones. Joon dropped his hand from her arm and forced a smile. No, hyung. Just talking to an old friend. Tolani bowed slightly. There is no problem, Director Nim. Min-jun's eyes moved from Joon's tense jaw to Tolani's stiff shoulders. He did not argue. He only nodded once. Both of you get back to work, he said. Then he turned and walked away. But the picture stayed in his mind. Later that day, he called Joon to his office. Joon came in, trying to look relaxed. Hyung, you wanted to see me? Min-jun leaned back in his chair. The girl downstairs. The new admin. How do you know her? Joon shrugged. She is just some foreign girl I met before. Nothing serious. Nothing serious, Min-jun repeated. You were speaking to her like a man under pressure. Joon laughed once, thin and dry. She is dramatic. I tried to help her before. She took my kindness the wrong way. Now she is trying to hold on to me. Min-jun watched him. Did you have any money dealings with her? Joon's eyes flickered. No. Why would I? Min-jun said nothing, but inside something clicked. After Joon left, he opened a file on his computer. As director, he had access to certain records. He checked a private note about a loan he had taken over months ago, as a favor to a client sent by someone in his family. There it was. The old document. Borrower, Tolani. He stared at the name. He checked HR. New staff, Tolani. Nigerian, admin support. He sat still for a long moment. So this was not just a random girl. This was the woman whose debt he had paid. And Joon had lied about money. Memories from room 1109 rose in his mind. Her shaking hands. Her quiet voice. The mix of shame and fear. He felt a slow anger rise in his chest. He called downstairs. Send Miss Tolani to meeting room 3, he said. Tell her it is for a short check-in. 10 minutes later, Tolani walked into the small room, holding a notepad. She bowed. Director Nim. Sit, he said. She sat at the edge of the chair, eyes on her hands. How is the job so far? He asked. Any problems? No, sir, she said quickly. I am grateful for the work. He watched her for a moment. You and my nephew. You know each other well. Her fingers tightened. We used to know each other, she said. For how long? 3 years, she replied softly. Why did it end? He asked. She swallowed. He said I was not on his level. Min-jun's jaw shifted. Did he owe you anything? Or did you owe him? Tolani's heart jumped. Sir? He slid a printed copy of the old loan page across the table. Her name stared up at her. You once had a large loan in this country, he said. Now it is gone. I want to know how my nephew is linked to this. Tears rushed to her eyes before she could stop them. He took my ID, she said, voice shaking. He used my details without telling me. When the loan people started calling, I found out my name was on the paper. And then, Min-jun asked quietly. He said there was only one way to clear it, she continued. A one-night deal. With a rich man. If I refused, I would carry the debt alone. She could not lift her head. I went, she whispered. I did it. After that, the loan disappeared. I never saw the man again. I don't know his full name. I only know he kept his word. Silence filled the room. Tolani wiped her face quickly. Please, Director Nim, I am not telling you this to cause trouble. I just need this job. I will resign quietly if you want. Just don't let them spoil my record again. Min-jun's hand tightened on the table. Look at me, he said. Slowly, she raised her eyes. Their gazes met. In that second, both of them knew. He saw the same eyes from that night, full of pain and courage. She saw the same calm face from the bed she wanted to forget. His voice dropped. I was that man, he said. I am the one who cleared your debt. Tolani's breath caught. Her heart pounded so loud she could hear nothing else. The stranger from room 1109 was her boss. And the man who sold her was his own nephew. The room went quiet. Tolani stared at him, lips parted, eyes wide. You? She whispered. You were the one? Yes, Min-jun said. I was in room 1109 that night. I told them to move the debt to my account. I did it myself. Her throat felt dry. You knew my name all this time? I saw it on the paper, he said. At first, it was just a name. When you came to this company, I did not connect it immediately. Today, after seeing you with Joon, I checked the records. Tolani's hands shook on her lap. So you know everything, she said. You know I slept with a stranger to clear a debt that was not mine. His jaw tightened. I know you were pushed into something dirty by someone who should have protected you. Tears filled her eyes again. Director Nim, please don't pity me. I just want to work and forget. If my presence makes your family uncomfortable, I will leave. Is that what you want? He asked. No, she admitted in a small voice. I want to stay. I need this job. But I don't want more drama with Joon. Min-jun looked at her for a long moment. My family is already a mess, he said quietly. My grandmother wants me married. The board wants a clean image. Joon wants freedom without responsibility. And you just want peace. Tolani wiped her face again. Yes, I just want peace. He leaned back slightly. What if there is a way to give you protection, give my grandmother what she wants, and cut Joon's power at the same time? He asked. Tolani frowned. I don't understand. He spoke slowly, each word clear. Marry me. Her heart almost stopped. What? Marry me, he repeated. A legal marriage. We put it on paper, we sign, we announce it. You become my wife-in-law. My grandmother calms down. The company gets a stable image. Joon loses any hold over you. Tolani shook her head, shocked. Director Nim, that is not a small thing. Marriage is not a toy. I know, he said. That is why I am not playing. I am giving you a deal. Clean on the table. No lies. She searched his face. Why me? There are many women who would be happy to be your wife. Rich, connected, from your own country. Maybe, he said. But I don't trust many people. I know you are not greedy. I know you are not chasing my money. You have seen me at my worst version, that night, and you still walked away quietly. She looked down. But I am stained. He frowned. By what? By something my own family forced on you? If anyone is stained, it is us, not you. Her chest ached at his words. How long? She asked softly. How long will this marriage be? 1 year minimum, he said. After that, we review. If you want to leave, you leave with a clean record, some savings, and a strong reference from this company. If you want to stay, we continue. And in that 1 year, she asked, what will you expect from me? He answered without hesitation. Respect in public. Honesty in private. No playing with my name. No cheating. In return, I will protect you, support your career, and never force you to share my bed if you don't want to. This time, no one will buy your body. Not even me. Tolani's eyes stung. So this is not like that night, she said. No, he replied. That night was a sin I am still paying for. This is an attempt to make something straight. Silence settled between them again. Tolani thought of Joon's face when he saw her in the office. She thought of his laugh when he called her a tool. She thought of her mother, proud of a daughter trying to stand. Your grandmother, she said slowly. Will she accept someone like me? If I decide, she will follow, he said. She loves me, but she knows I do not bend once my mind is set. Tolani took a shaky breath. You are asking me to go from being a woman your nephew sold to being your wife, she said. It sounds like a drama story. It is our reality, he replied. I will not rush you. Think about it. Give me your answer in 3 days. She stood slowly. If I say no, she asked. You keep your job, he said. I will still protect you from any open attack. But I will have less power to silence family pressure and Joon's nonsense. Tolani nodded, heart heavy. As she walked out of the room, one thought followed her like a shadow. The man who once bought 1 night with her was now asking to buy 1 year as her husband. Only this time he was offering his name, not his money, as the price. 3 days felt like 3 months. Tolani went to work, came home, ate small meals, and lay on Nina's bed every night, staring at the ceiling. Think with your head, not just your pain, Nina said. What do you really want? I want peace, Tolani replied. I want my name to be safe. I want Joon far from me. And Min-jun? Nina asked. How do you feel about him? Tolani was quiet for a long time. He scares me and calms me at the same time, she said. He did something wrong that night, but now he is the only one trying to repair it. On the 3rd day, she went to his office. He was standing by his desk, reading a file. When he saw her, he closed it and gave her his full attention. Your answer, he asked. Tolani held her hands together to stop them from shaking. I will do it, she said. I will marry you. He let out a slow breath, like someone who had been holding air for too long. Okay, he said. Then we move fast. My grandmother has been pressing me. How fast? She asked. This week, he replied. Simple signing, small family, a few witnesses. No big party. Just legal and clear. Her throat tightened. Nina, she asked. Can she come? Yes, he said. She should be there. You need someone on your side. When she told Nina, her friend stared at her for a long time. You are really going to be Joon's aunt, Nina said slowly. Tolani gave a small, tired smile. I am not doing it for him. I am doing it for myself. The wedding day came like any other working day. Tolani wore a neat, simple dress. Nothing fancy. No long veil. No thick makeup. Nina helped her zip the back and fixed her hair. You look calm, Nina said. I am not calm, Tolani replied. I am just done crying. At the small hall where the papers would be signed, only a few people gathered. Madame Kong sat in front, her back straight, eyes sharp. She looked Tolani up and down without speaking. Joon stood at the side, face tight, jaw clenched. His eyes moved from Tolani to his uncle and back, full of something close to panic. 2 family friends were there as witnesses. A lawyer placed the documents on a table. Min-jun walked in with quiet confidence. He wore a dark suit, simple and clean. When his eyes met Tolani's, he gave one short nod, as if to say, "We agreed." "Let's finish this." The lawyer cleared his throat. "We are here to sign the marriage contract between Mr. Kong Min-jun and Miss Tolani." The words washed over her. "Do you, Miss Tolani, agree to this union?" Tolani looked at the paper, then at Min-jun. "I agree," she said, voice steady. "Do you, Mr. Kong Min-jun, agree to this union?" "I agree," he replied. They signed. First him, then her. The pen felt heavy in her hand, but when she wrote her name beside his, something inside her settled. It was not joy. It was not romance. It was a quiet decision. The lawyer stamped the paper. "From this moment, you are legally husband and wife," he said. Madame Kong stood up and walked closer. She studied Tolani's face. "You are not Korean," the old woman said. "You are not rich. But my grandson has chosen you with full mind. I do not like drama. If you bring shame here, I will remove you. If you stand well, I will stand with you." Tolani bowed her head. "Halmiani, I will do my best. I don't want trouble. I just want to live clean." The old woman nodded once. "Then welcome." As people moved around to shake hands, Joon remained frozen. He caught Tolani alone for a second. "You really married him," he whispered. "You used one night to climb into my family." Tolani met his eyes without fear. "You used me to clear a loan," she said quietly. "Your uncle used marriage to clear your mess. We are not the same." She walked past him and stood beside Min-jun. No flowers. No music. No long kiss. Just 2 people, standing side by side, tied together by papers and pain. A wedding without romance. But for the first time in a long while, Tolani's future did not belong to Joon. The wedding ended by afternoon. No party. No dance. Just short greetings and a few stiff smiles. By evening, Tolani stood in front of Min-jun's house with one small suitcase. Nina held her hand for the last few minutes. "If anything happens, call me," Nina said. "Married or not, you are still my own." Tolani nodded. "I will be okay." "You don't have to pretend with me," Nina replied. "You are scared." Tolani gave a small smile. "I am scared. But I am also tired of running." The gate opened. A house staff greeted them and took the suitcase inside. Min-jun waited in the living room, still in his suit, tie a bit loose, expression calm. "Thank you, Nina, for bringing her," he said politely. Nina nodded, unsure how to act around him. "Please take care of her," she said. "I will do my best," he replied. After Nina left, the house felt too quiet. Tolani stood there, holding her bag strap, not sure where to look. "This way," Min-jun said. He led her upstairs to a room. "This is your room," he said. "Your things are already arranged. If you need anything, tell the housekeeper or tell me directly." Tolani stepped in. The room was neat, not too big, not too small. A bed, a wardrobe, a small desk. She put her hand on the bed frame to steady herself. "Thank you," she said. He stood by the door, hands in his pockets. "We should talk," he said. Not as director and staff. As 2 people who just signed something heavy. Tolani turned to face him. "Okay." He walked in and sat on the desk chair. She sat on the edge of the bed, back straight. "I don't like confusion," he started. "So I want us to agree on clear rules." She nodded. "First," he said, "respect. In this house and outside. No shouting, no public drama. If you are angry, tell me directly. If I am angry, I will tell you. Not other people." "Okay," she replied. "Second, honesty," he continued. "No secrets about big things. Money, family issues, anything that can affect both of us. I will not hide company or family attacks from you. You will not hide any trouble from me." Tolani swallowed. "I agree." "Third," he said, his eyes steady on hers, "your body is yours. I will not touch you unless you want it. We can share a roof without sharing a bed. If that ever changes, it must be from both of us, not from pressure." Her shoulders dropped a little. "Thank you." "Fourth," he added, "in front of my grandmother and the company, we are real husband and wife. No hint that this is a contract. We stand together. We defend each other. So in public, we act close," she said. "In private, we work like partners." "Yes," he replied. "Partners who are still learning each other." Tolani looked at her hands. What about Joon? His jaw tightened. You will not talk to him alone. If he comes near you, you tell me. I will handle him. You do not have to fight him by yourself again. Tolani's chest warmed a little at the word again. Are there rules for me? She asked softly. Not just rules to protect you? There are, he said. If any family member insults you openly, you tell me. Do not swallow everything because you think you owe us. That night in room 1109 already paid more than enough. Her eyes stung. Do you regret that night? She asked quietly. Yes, he said without pause. Every part of it. If I could go back and refuse Joon's request, I would. The only thing I do not regret is clearing your name. Tolani took in a slow breath. I will follow the rules, she said. Respect, honesty, no lies in public. I will not shame your name. And I will not throw your past in your face, he replied. Not in anger, not in any fight. That is another rule for me. For the first time, she gave a small, real smile. Then we shake on it, she said. He stood, moved closer, and held out his hand. She placed her hand in his. His grip was firm but not tight. House rules, he said. House rules, she repeated. That night, he slept in his own room. She lay on her new bed, staring at the ceiling. She was now Tolani Kong. Not by romance, not by long, slow love, but by a set of clear promises between two people who had already seen the worst of each other and still chose to share one roof. The first weeks felt like acting. In the morning, Tolani and Min-jun went down to breakfast together. They sat at the same table, said good morning to Madame Kong, and spoke about simple things. How was your sleep? He would ask. Fine, thank you, she would answer. At work, they kept a professional distance. He spoke to her through email or short instructions. She called him Director Nim like everyone else. But small things started to change. One day, Tolani came home late. There had been a last-minute report, and she stayed back to help another staff finish it. When she entered the house, Min-jun was still in the living room, going through some documents. You are late, he said. There was extra work, she replied. I forgot to send you a message. I'm sorry. His eyes moved over her face. Have you eaten? Not yet, she said. I will just drink water and sleep. He pressed a button on the small device beside him. Tell the kitchen to bring food for two, he said to the staff. Then he looked back at her. Sit. She sat at the edge of the sofa. You don't have to do that, she murmured. I can manage. You worked for my company, he replied. You will not sleep hungry under my roof. They ate quietly at the table. Halfway through, she realized she was not thinking about that night anymore. She was just a tired worker eating with her husband after a long day. Another time, she saw him in a different light. She was passing a conference room when she heard raised voices. She paused by the door. You can't promote a foreigner over us, a senior staff was saying. It will cause talk. Tolani's heart jumped. She stepped back, ready to walk away, when she heard Min-jun's answer. In this company, he said, we promote based on work, not blood, not passport. If you are afraid of a foreign staff passing you, it means you are not working enough. The room went quiet. And if I hear any insult about my staff because of race, he added, I will remove the person who spoke, not the one you insulted. Tolani stood there, hand on the wall, eyes burning. Later that night, as they brushed past each other in the hallway, she spoke. Thank you for what you said today, she murmured. About staff promotion. He paused. You heard? Yes, she replied. It meant a lot. He nodded once. I will not let this company become a place where people like you feel small. You work hard. That is enough. Slowly, she started talking to him more. At dinner, she would share one or two stories about Nina's jokes or her mother's messages. He would listen, ask short questions, and sometimes give dry, quiet comments that made her laugh. One evening, Madame Kong watched them from the head of the table. You two are getting used to each other, the old woman said. Good. A silent house is a dead house. Tolani smiled. Halmiani, we are learning. Just don't let him overwork, Madame Kong replied, pointing at Min-jun. He thinks he is made of iron. Tolani glanced at him. I will try my best. At night, when she lay in bed, she noticed something else. Her mind still remembered room 1109, but the picture was fading under new images. Min-jun calling the kitchen for late food, Min-jun defending foreign staff, Min-jun sitting at the table with his tie loose, listening to her talk about little things. Trust did not rush in like a storm. It came like slow drops. A shared meal. A defended name. A small joke. One weekend, as they sat in the living room, both working on separate things, he looked up. Tola, he said, using the short form Nina liked. She looked up too. Yes, I know you still see me as the man from that night, he said. But I want you to know something. From now on, every decision I make about you will be with full mind. No secret deals. No hidden cost. She held his gaze. Then from now on, she replied, I will tell you the truth even when it hurts. He gave a small nod. Good, he said. That is how trust grows. For the first time, she believed him a little. For a while, things were simple. Tolani went to work, came home, ate with Min-jun and Madame Kong, then rested. The house rules made life clear. There was respect, quiet talks, and slow trust. One afternoon at work, 2 female staff stood near her desk, whispering. Did you hear? One said. Director Nim might get a real Korean wife. A chaebol daughter. Of course, the other replied. A man like him can't stay with a foreigner forever. This one is just for now. They didn't know Tolani understood their Korean. They didn't know she heard everything. Her chest tightened. She kept typing, but the words on the screen blurred. Real Korean wife. This one is just for now. That evening, she watched Min-jun at the dining table. He was talking to Madame Kong about work. His expression was the same as always. Calm. Focused. She pushed the staff gossip to the back of her mind, but it did not fully disappear. Later that week, another thing happened. Joon returned from a short business trip. Tolani had managed not to see him for days. She hoped it would continue, but trouble had its own timing. She was leaving the building after work when she heard her name. Tolani. She turned. Joon stood by the side entrance, hands in his pockets. His tie was loose, his smile small. We need to talk, he said. We don't, she answered. I have a husband now. There is nothing left between us. He walked closer. Hyung is not your type, he said. You married him because of what happened that night, right? You think he is your savior. Tolani's jaw tightened. You are the one who put me in that night. He sighed. I made mistakes. But you also used the situation. Look at you now. Director's wife. Living well. Wearing better clothes. Is that not an upgrade? Her eyes burned. You sold me, she said quietly. Now you want to call my survival an upgrade? He reached out and held her wrist. I miss you, he said. Before everything went bad. Before the loan. Before my family pressure. We were good together. She tried to pull back. Let go, Joon. He stepped closer. If you leave him, I can talk to grandmother. I can fix things. You don't have to stay in this fake marriage. His words cut deep because part of her feared they were true. Fake marriage. Contract. 1 year. Before she could answer, a shadow fell across them. Let go of her, Min-jun said. Joon froze. Tolani turned. Min-jun was standing a few steps away, face hard, eyes cold. Joon dropped her wrist at once. Hyung, it's not what it looks like. We were just talking about old times. Old times ended the day you put a loan in her name and pushed her into a stranger's bed, Min-jun said. Don't lie to my face again. Tolani's breath caught. Joon's eyes widened. You told him everything? Joon asked her. I didn't have to tell him everything, she replied. Your actions are loud enough. Min-jun moved closer to her side. If you ever touch her again without her consent, he said to Joon, you will leave this company and this house on the same day. I will not warn you twice. Joon's hands curled into fists. You are choosing her over your own blood, he said. I am choosing right over wrong, Min-jun answered. Blood without sense is just red water. Tolani almost choked on a laugh and a sob at the same time. Joon glared at both of them and walked away. As they headed to the car, silence sat between Tolani and Min-jun. At last he spoke. Why didn't you call me? He asked. We agreed you would not face him alone. I thought I could handle it, she said. I don't want you to fight your family every day because of me. He unlocked the car but did not enter yet. I will fight anyone who tries to drag you back into that old life, he said. Even if the person is my nephew. His words warmed her and scared her at the same time. On the drive home, she glanced at him. Those rumors at work, she said suddenly. About you and some chaebol daughter, are they true? He turned his head slightly. Is that what they are saying? Yes, she replied. They say I am just for now. He looked at the road again. Do you believe them? He asked. I don't know what to believe, she said honestly. Our marriage started as a contract. Maybe one day you will want someone who fits your world better. He was quiet for a moment. Then he said, right now I am not thinking about another woman. I am thinking about how to keep you safe and steady here. If I wanted an easy, clean image, I would never have married you. Her heart beat faster. Jealousy of a woman she had never seen. Jealousy in him when Joon held her. And in the middle of it, one clear, confusing truth. Somewhere between house rules and shared dinners, Tolani had started to care what Min-jun felt. Joon did not sleep that night. He sat in his car in the dark parking lot of his apartment, hands tight on the steering wheel, Min-jun's words still in his head. Blood without sense is just red water. He hit the wheel once, hard. All because of you, he muttered, thinking of Tolani. Because of one girl. At work, things got worse. Min-jun stopped calling him Hyung in front of some people. His tone grew colder in meetings. He questioned Joon's reports more, checked his numbers twice, and did not hide it. People noticed. Director Nim is hard on Team Lead Kong these days, one staff whispered. Maybe he made a mistake, another replied. Or maybe family fight. Every time Joon passed Tolani in the hallway and saw her calm face, something burned inside him. She took my uncle. She took my peace. She made me look small in my own family. He told himself that lie until he believed it. One evening, he sat in a bar with an old friend, Woo Jin, who worked in finance. You look finished, Woo Jin said, sipping his drink. What happened? Bad numbers? It's worse, Joon replied. My uncle married my ex-girlfriend. Woo Jin choked. You are joking. I wish, Joon said. She was nobody. A foreign girl. I used her ID once for a loan. Now she is living in my family house as madam. Woo Jin whistled. That is messy. Joon leaned forward. Do you still know the guy who arranged that loan? The one who connects people and private lenders? Woo Jin asked. Yes. Why? I need every record of that deal, Joon said. Messages, transfer logs, anything. I want proof that she knew what she was doing that night. Woo Jin frowned. Why? You already cleared it, right? Your uncle took it. Joon's eyes hardened. I need to show my family who she really is. I need them to see she is not innocent. Then Hyung will drop her, and things will go back to normal. Woo Jin shook his head. This is dangerous. If it goes wrong, you will be the one exposed. I don't care, Joon said. Help me. Reluctantly, Woo Jin made the call. 2 days later, Joon sat in a small office above a loan agency, facing the middleman who had handled Tolani's case. You remember her? Joon asked, sliding a photo of Tolani across the table. The man looked at it and smirked. Ah, the Nigerian girl. Sweet face. Very scared that night. Joon's jaw tightened. Do you still have the agreement? The messages? Of course, the man said. I keep everything. It protects me. Why do you want it? I want copies, Joon said. All of it. I will pay, he said quietly, eyes cold. I need to teach her a real lesson and show her never to mess with someone like me. And trust me, I already have the perfect plan. Thank you so much for staying with us till the very end of this story. If you think this was intense, just wait till you see part 2. I promise you won't want to miss it. Drop a comment if you're ready for the next twist. Tell me your favorite moment so far. And get your heart ready, because this story is just getting started. So, keep the conversation alive in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new episode. Till next time, we are Munlet Stories, bringing you amazing tales that touch hearts and spark imaginations. Stay blessed. Stay inspired. See you in the next story.